I am going to give you a practical experience of a guy that I have mentored. Already we have worked a journey of 1 year. And this is a gentleman that I would say is a very close friend to me. For many years, he used to work in an industry whereby he used to earn very, very small amount of money. He watched my videos during the early days of this channel, and we had a conversation. We sat down, and I agreed to mentor him so that he can jump into the taxi driving career. And we agreed on certain things that he was supposed to do over a period of, I would say, 2 years. Right now is 1 year down the line. And I said that it is important that I give you this testimony because I have seen him stick to the plan that we had from the beginning. And this plan, as I will explain it to you, you are going to see that it is a plan that can actually give good results. So, in the discussion for today, let me just take a pen of different color, is actually an analysis of a real case scenario. And the discussion that we are going to have today is how to buy a car in 2 years if your salary is 25,000 Kenya shillings. So underline 25,000 shillings because it is very, very critical. So this gentleman, when he came to me, he told me that the kind of lifestyle he is living, he was unmarried back then until right now he's not married. He's still 25 years old. He told me that according to the type of lifestyle he is living, he can sustain himself with 25,000 without being able to make any savings. So he would pay rent, he would pay his transport to work and home, and buy himself food, and maybe send a few coins here and there to his friends and family. And he was unable to save anything from his income of 25,000. So I asked him, then what do you want? He told me that he would like to get a job that pays more than 25,000 Kenya shillings so that he can get something to save. For him, he promised that he would continue sustaining himself with 25,000, but anything on top of that, if a job provides more than 25,000, then he will save every extra coin on top of 25,000. Then I told him, my guy, then we have a plan. And that is how I managed to explain to him how Uber works, because I have also introduced my family friends to this business, people who really had very poor levels of income. And when we did the analysis, we found that actually Uber is a business that can give you a moderately better income compared to a lot of jobs that people are doing outside there. So when he told me that his salary is 25,000, I told him, are you ready to resign and take a different risk? So he agreed that he would resign, but first of all, he needed to make sure that he had all the papers in place and all the requirements to be eligible to drive Uber and Bolt. Luckily for him, he had been a driver for so many years, so he had already his driving license. So he was able just to go back to school for 1 month to do what we call endorsement, to get the right driving license for public service vehicles. So after doing that, he said he wanted to make more money, but remember, he said that anything on top of the 25,000, it will go to savings. So this is what we did. I managed to connect him with a partner. And a partner, for those who don't know about this business, a partner is an owner of a vehicle who does not drive it, so he gives it to a driver so that the driver pays him an agreed amount of money. So this is how he negotiated. He got a small vehicle, a 650cc, and a lot of people know that if you are given a vehicle by somebody, normally drivers are asked to pay those owners between 1,000 to 1,500 shillings per day. So he was able to negotiate to pay 1,200 on daily basis. So forget about this. This is not important for us. So every day for 6 days, he was supposed to pay 1,200 shillings to the partner, which something he has been doing for the last 1 year. So again, we agreed that he will set aside 900 shillings for himself, so that he can at least sit into the budget of 25,000. If you do 900 shillings per day for around 27, 28 days, you will see that he is able to make himself 25,000 shillings, which was his salary in the previous job. So the previous job was a bit informal, so like the gross was whatever, it was the same as net, so there were no statutory deductions, there were nothing. So in the taxi business, after paying the partner 1,200, he keeps aside 900 for himself, and by so doing per month, he has he has for himself 25,000. And then we agreed that every day he would create a special account. He chose a circle because he has been on that circle previously, and he used also to have friends from the same church. They used to go to church together who had the same who had created accounts with the same circle. So in case of in case he needs a guarantor, it would be easier in the future, given that he already has some friends operating within the same circle. So he has been saving 1,000 shillings every day without fail, 6 days a week, 52 weeks an year. So whether comes rain, comes sunshine, 1,000 per day, as long as he is fit, he can kick, he has to wake up and drive and get himself 1,000 Kenya shillings. And he did that for 1 year, and he told me that right now he has around 300k. If you work with the 365, even if he doesn't save each and every day, if he just saves for 300 days in a year, he ended the year with 300k. And the projection is if he drives for 2 years, he will end up with 600k in just 2 years. Remember, this gentleman has not changed his lifestyle, because he is still getting his 25k and continuing with his normal bills and supporting his family. But anything on top that he gets, we agreed that he puts it into saving, and that is a minimum of 1,000 shillings per day. A lot of you now will ask, where will all this money come from? Because he needs 1,000, 1,200, 200, he needs 900, he needs 1,000. This is like 3,100 shillings per day. So this is actually what we call a target. So before he goes home every day, he works with this target. His target is to make a net of 3,100 shillings per day, and this is after deducting commission to these companies, because as you know, they take a commission of around 20%, and then there is the fuel. So ideally, here he targets to collect around 5,000 shillings in gross, so that his total net will be around 3,100. So of course, some days he will make less, other days he will make more. Like I showed you some instances where drivers make up to 10,000 shillings per day. So if you make 10,000, then you can save even 3,000 in that day, and then you save yourself the next 3 days. You can use the 1,000 to do other things, or you can give yourself a break. So this is where the reality now comes to hit, and the most underrated effort of saving starts to bear results. Imagine this guy, after end of 2025, he will have 600k in his account. So with the 600k, he can choose to continue saving for the third year, okay, because it has proven to him that he has the discipline, he has the efforts. So if he saves for another, I would say another year, he will have 900k. But right now, let's talk of just 2 years, because that's what we have here as our heading today. So we are saying after the 2 years, the guy will have 600k. 600k, I'm telling you, you go out there, you'll get a very, very good vehicle on second hand and in very clean condition. You pay cash, you go with it home. At the end of 2025, he can do that. Second option, he can say that I don't want to take a a second-hand vehicle, because also the condition of vehicles with regard to eligibility for Uber and Bolt are changing. I want to go for my brand new, that's the ex-Japan vehicles. He can choose to take a loan of 300k because he has 600 to top up so that he can get a good, very nice vehicle. If you have 800k in Kenya, you can get a very nice 650cc vehicle. So he can say that he wants to buy his own from showroom at 900k. He can borrow 300k from a bank or maybe from the SACCO where he has been saving. And I can tell you, once he borrows the 300k, remember now the vehicle becomes his. He's not paying the partner 1,200, and probably he will not save the 1,000, at least for the time he is repaying the loan. Because as long as you are repaying the loan, then you don't have again to save towards car acquisition. So if he uses the 1,200 and the 1k, so that is 2,200 per day towards the 300k loan repayment, he will be able to clear that loan actually within a very short time of not more than 6 months. And by so doing, you will find that in 2.5 years, this gentleman who was earning 25,000 shillings will be able to own his own vehicle. And I'm telling you guys, this is not rocket science. And this is actually not even high-level professional financial advisory. This is just common sense. Look at this. And I always tell people, don't always rely on the information I give you. There are thousands of taxi drivers in this city of Nairobi. Make friends with a good number of them. Don't ask information from the one who is carrying you, because definitely they will want to take a position of sympathy. So they will give you lower numbers in terms of income. They will give you bigger numbers in terms of problems. So you'll not get the accurate picture. But if you find a taxi driver just parked outside your apartment, take that step of courage. Just introduce yourself. Ask him from a very honest point of view. Tell him to give you like 5 minutes of his time and give you the most honest information possible. That taxi driver, he will tell you that he is a family man. He has 3-4 kids in private school. He has a wife probably who is not working, and he is supporting his family through that business. And then ask yourself, how comes that we say there is no money? But I did a number of videos saying that money is very relative. There are people who want to make 100k, 200k from a business that they get into. And I said that if that is you, then taxi might not be the best job for you. But if you are looking into a job whereby you can make 70k, 80k, 100k in a good month, 40k in a bad month, then taxi business is one that can satisfy your expectation. See you in the next video.